If you are on YouTube this afternoon, we are live. And meanwhile, it's the first time I'll be going live on YouTube. And I just hope you'd show me some love and join me on YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. The name is Udoh William. Let me just see how I look, today. It's a beautiful Sunday and I just want to be happy because I'm happy. All right, so I want to believe that throughout the period we have been coming to you on all the way from the east, that you have picked up something. Of course, in line with our culture here at Authority 91.9 FM, we believe in excellence, and that's why each time we come to you, we want you to carry a tradition of excellence. All right, so let's get into the business of today. I see some people are already trying to reach out to us. I would really like to hear from you what has been your challenge as it has to do with working in any place you find yourself right now. What has been your challenge, whether you have encountering other people who give you negative attitudes, or whether you yourself have been involved with a person who you're supposed to attend to and the person gives you an attitude that you did not like. The phone numbers to call us on would be 0818 9555 666. 0818 And in case that one does not network enough, you can reach out to me on 0708 0703536. Of course, do not forget that Authority FM is always streaming live, and so you can listen to us from any part of the world on www.authority919fm.com. www.authority919fm.com. This is still personal development half hour with Udoh William. So throughout these past few weeks, we have been coming your way 1:15 p.m. every Sunday, and we've been talking about how you can become a more likable person where you work. And I said to us that there are many challenges that people have wherever they find themselves, as maybe staff or you're a CEO or whatever you are, but you just have to interact with people. And we came up to a conclusion that sometimes people can just give you different attitudes, not because you deserve it, but because of the kind of persons that they are. That's why next month, when I'll be coming your way, of course, next month is just a few days from here. God bless your souls. And when I'll be coming, hello, do have a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Good to have you here. Good afternoon. Please, can you turn down the volume on your radio? Thank you so much. Okay, Onye from Amici, go ahead. Mm. Problems. Mm. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. Okay, Onye from Amici. Okay, so I would ask that. Oh, I wanted to say I would ask that you drop the call and then I'll speak. But then I wanted to ask you if you are working as a subordinate or the person is your colleague. From the way you are sounding, I know you are not her superior because I can only guess what you would have done if you were a superior. So I want to believe you are either colleagues or you are working under her. One of the two, either of the two, Onye. I know very well that working in a corporate environment is not easy. So one of the things I would say, of course, I'm not an authority here, but I'm very sure that what I'll tell you now is going to help you, especially because you are new. That the first thing I would ask is that you observe. The first thing I'll ask you to do is that you observe. Now, you just mentioned that you are not too sure if it's a culture there to do things that way. So you need to observe, regardless of how skilled you are. Whenever you find yourself in a new place, the first thing you need to do is to observe. Observe what the tradition there is. Funny thing is, you might even get to find out that the tradition there is negative. It's possible. There are environments where it's negativity all day round. So you want to check. Now, in case you find out that the tradition there is negative, it's left for you to decide if you want to stay longer. However, if what is really happening right now is simply what do I call it now? If it's simply a function of you finding yourself in a new place and simply acting out the natural tendencies of a person who finds themselves in a new place, then you might just want to relax a little bit and do more of observation. What I simply mean by that is each time a person is introduced into a new space, each time a person finds himself in a new environment, chances are that you might misinterpret people's actions. So I wouldn't want to say that the other person is right or wrong, but I would say that the first thing you need to do is observe. One good way to observe is to try and talk less. I wouldn't think that your action of reacting, I don't know how long you've waited before you gave that reaction. You did mention that you reacted at some point, but I would have thought that it is wiser to still keep silent for a longer period of time and observe. Then, secondly, so that we can move on, secondly, I would ask that you speak to a superior. I would ask that you speak to a superior. So, not reporting, I didn't say you should report to this person. Speak to a superior and raise a concern about how you feel things are moving on there and ask if there are better ways the person would recommend. I mean, the superior now would recommend that you do things. And by so doing, Onye from Amici, I think it would be a very good start for you where you find yourself working right now. Once again, I want to say congratulations on your new job where you're working, and do well to call us next time and tell me how this particular advice spans out for you. This is still Personal Development Half Hour with Udoh William. The phone lines to call are still 0818-9555-666. Once again, 0818-9555-666. I just want to have fun today, guys. It's the last Sunday in the month of beautiful September. So we have been talking about how to become a more likable person where you are working. And when we started, we looked at some of the top challenges with becoming a likable person. And one of the challenges I mentioned to us was the all about me challenge, whereby a person begins to think that everything should revolve around them. And we said that this, in fact, is a problem in itself. And of course, one of the things you want to do is to avoid a situation where you make everything all about you. So I said that the solution to this is to let other people talk. When you find yourself in an environment where a lot of people have the floor, it is a wise man's approach to be the last person to talk. The second one is what we call the bossiness challenge. And the solution to the bossiness challenge is simply to learn the art of being polite. You need to master the art of politeness. And I have 5 magic words that I always adopt that have helped me thus far. The 5 magic words are: number 1, I think this is a good place to get your pen, your paper. This is a very good place. Once again, this is still Authority 91.9 FM, and we are reaching you from the beautiful city of Nnewi in Anambra State. This is just radio the way you like it. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to Personal Development Half Hour. Oh, thank you so much for reaching out to us, sir. I'm really sorry about that, Judith. 0818-9555-666. 0818-9555-666. You can also reach out to us on the second line. Hello, good afternoon. Help our eardrums. Okay, please, in order that when you call, we can actually hear you clearly and you make your points, it is important that when you call us, you turn off your radio. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, my Lord Jesus, can you help me? All right, good afternoon. I can hear you now. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to end the call. All right. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm actually remembering the first time I called into a radio station. It was quite interesting, I called into the radio station and somehow I wanted to hear myself on radio. The feeling is second to none, actually. But please, for God's sake, when you do call us, do well to turn down the volume of your radio. Hello, good afternoon. This is Personal Development Half Hour. Yes, good afternoon. Please, beautiful voice, can you turn off your radio? I'm really sorry about that. So, my first time calling into a radio station, I called in and then actually I heard the presenter say, turn down the volume of your radio set. But I mean, the feeling of hearing my voice on radio was second to none. So I just wanted to hang around and somehow still be hearing my voice, how it sounded on radio. But please don't be like me. I didn't have sense that time. This is still Authority 91.9 FM. You can call into the radio this afternoon, 0708 070 3536. I repeat, 0708 070 3536. And of course, what we are discussing today is we are looking at the challenges with becoming a more likable person at work. So going forward, we talked about one of the challenges, and one of the challenges we had was the challenge of being boastful. Being boastful, that you find yourself in a place where you want to say everything you've accomplished, and we said that people don't really care about your successes. They don't want to hear it. So the solution to being boastful is to be modest. We said the solution to being boastful is to learn to be a modest person. If you can learn modesty. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, beautiful voice. Good afternoon. I can hear you. Your name, please. Oh my Jesus, I really like to hear these beautiful voices this afternoon. We just have a few minutes, so let's quickly move on. So if you can learn this art of modesty, I bet you it will place you in positions where you'd never imagined possible. You can listen to us every time wherever you find yourself. www.authority919fm.com. www.authority919fm.com. Any part of the world you are at any point in time, don't miss the beautiful shows from this radio station, Authority 91.9 FM, reaching you all the way from the city of Newi. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please, and where you're calling from. Oh, Chidi from Imo State. I'm so happy to hear from you, sir. Go ahead. Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Are you married, sir? You're not married yet. Okay. Thank you very much for calling in. So you will drop the call and I'll do due diligence to the question you have asked. All right, thank you so much. That's Chidi from Imo State. I'm really excited to hear from each and every one of you who is calling in this afternoon. This is still Personal Development Half Hour with Udoh William. Chidi from Imo State says he has anger issues. And who is better to talk about anger than a man who was very angry? I lost my father at the age of 2. And so the syndrome started telling up on me as I became a teenager. And eventually, what happened was that I could stand you talking about every other person, but talking about my father or talking about my mother, even in the slightest, with the slightest sense of humor, would get me really, really furious. I wouldn't know the origin of your anger, Mr. Chidi, but then I can tell you that anger, when not properly utilized, is a big danger to whoever possesses it. So my response to what you have just said would be this. The first thing I need to find out from you is, when you find yourself in that position, do you find time to think at all? Do you find time to think? Now think about the possibility of getting angry and putting some other person's life in danger. The possibility of getting angry and putting, of course, when you're angry like you put other people's lives in danger. Have you thought of the consequences that will follow if eventually you get maybe you get somebody killed? I don't know if your anger gets to the point of throwing things around and trying to fight people. But then when I used to be very angry, one of the things that happens is that I can abuse you physically. I was in secondary school those days and they called me Slapper. Like, I got the name Slapper because my junior students those days would say that whenever I was moving around, my hand was shaking in such emotion. So they accorded me the name Slapper, believing that wherever I find myself, like, I can slap for Africa. I meet you in the toilet, I slap you. I meet you in the kitchen, I slap anywhere I meet you, because I like, go and pick that thing from there. I will just slap you. It was an anger issue, but God really, really helped me. Now, this is one thing I apply whenever I find myself in a position that something would get me angry. Have you heard about what we call the 10 seconds rule? The 10 seconds rule simply states that whenever something is about to get you furious, you want to count from 0 to 10 before you respond to that thing. And when you do, within 10 seconds, the likelihood is that you will not be able to act with the same magnitude of anger that you would have acted, assuming you had responded immediately. So I cannot exhaust it within the time that we have, but I can tell you for sure that that 10 seconds rule has helped my life a lot. So somebody comes into your space and gets you annoyed. You want to ensure that you count from 0 to 10 in your mind before you give the person a response. Try that, Mr. Chidi, and you will see the magic that that comes with. This is still Personal Development Half Hour with Udoh William. I'll just quickly take a short break and then I'll come back. We just have a few minutes, take one or two calls as the time permits us, and then we are out of here. Do have a beautiful Sunday again. Welcome to your show, the Personal Development Half Hour, the exclusive radio show for champions who love personal development and seek self-improvement. I am your host, the king of personal development, master of entrepreneur, William Udoh, and I will be showing you how to evolve from being an ordinary person to an extraordinary person, from a problem carrier to a problem solver, and from being valueless to becoming a person of influence and greater value. So, let's begin one step at a time. Are you ready? All right, my beautiful people, thank you so much for staying with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon on Personal Development Half Hour. I must say that I've been really excited hearing from you guys today. Thank you, Mr. Chidi from Imo State. Thank you, those from Asaba. Let me see if I can squeeze in one more call before I jump out of here. Yes, good afternoon, and this is Personal Development Half Hour. Okay, Chikodi, please turn down the volume of your radio so I can quickly talk with you. Go ahead, please, Chikodi. Yes, I can hear you beautifully. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That is so exciting to hear. So they said it should be calm, Mr. Chidi. So actually, this is very real. You have to learn to be calm. And on that note, I want to say a big thank you to everybody for joining us on today's edition of Personal Development Half Hour. Until I come your way again next week by 1:15 p.m. Do have a lovely day and God bless you. Signing out, this is still William Udoh.
Get ready for an undefinable journey through the essence of life. Welcome.
Authority FM, radio just the way you like it.